Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you about Jackson Wang. Now, who is Jackson Wang? Let me pull this up over here. He is a guy that has his hand in a lot of different projects. He is not only a singer and a rapper, but he's also a director, a cinematographer. He owns his own clothing company and also his own label. Supposedly, he's also really good friends with RM of BTS as well, and I can kind of see why. This is a very artistic dude, and it's surprising to me that he hasn't completely blown up yet. Today, I'm going to go through his YouTube channel, and I'm just going to react to a bunch of his stuff, but not just the music video, because like I said, this guy has his hands in different facets of this medium. We're going to watch the music video for Crule first, and then I'm going to check out the behind the scenes, and then after that, we're also going to watch the dance practice and just see how it all kind of comes together. I'm doing this to give myself a better representation of the medium that he's trying to express with us, and not just watching a 3-minute video and be like, oh yeah, that was cool. So I'm trying to do a bit more of a deep dive here. So if you like that sort of thing and you like hanging out, please consider liking and subscribing. Anyway, let's pull up this video and let's check out what this song Crule is all about. All right, here we go. Oh, geez. That's ominous. So aggressive. What is happening? All right, so this is like sensually aggressive. It's very like sexual in a way that they're moving and like grinding into each other, but there's also something oddly violent about this as well. Digging the music so far. Has like this indie blues type of feel. I like the level of the drums and the wideness of the drums. It just sounds like they're kind of larger than life and gives us more of that kind of like indie type of feel. Jackson sounds great. He's got a little bit of fuzz on his voice here, a little bit of distortion, and also some drive behind like that really bluesy kind of jazzy guitar. Really simple lick, but definitely is enough to kind of keep your attention and kind of get you into this kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like trudging back and forth kind of vibe. So far, the cinematography in this thing is wild. Love the colors. Love how vivid everything is. And yeah, it's, I guess the best way to describe this is essentially violent. I guess that's what you're supposed to do. I'm going to try and focus a little bit more on the lyrics as I'm diving into this, but it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. Let me take this one back here a little bit. I don't want to destroy the flow of this thing because there's a lot going on. And man, are these shots beautiful. I'm going to take it back about 20 seconds and let's see if we can get back into this vibe. He's like playing her. He's playing her like an instrument, and they suck the sing at each other. I think they're... You just stop it like that? Okay, that's one way to do it. All right, interesting. I wasn't expecting that. That's a bit abrasive here. Sorry, there's just so much to kind of unpack here. He's literally playing her like a stand-up bass, and that's what these little red lines are supposed to signify, I believe. And they're like sucking fire back into each other's mouths, like back and forth. I think this song's called Crule, so I'm assuming this is about, I don't know, some kind of like toxic relationship about these people that are incredibly attracted to each other and have a very intense relationship, both physically and also kind of on the side of toxic as well. It kind of goes to two extremes, which is pretty relatable. I know that I've been in relationships like that where it's very intense and it's very wild up in front and first, but then there comes to be a certain point in the relationship where it's just toxic, man, you know, and you're just trying to like one up each other. And you're just trying to hurt each other and do whatever. And I think that's what this fire in the mouth thing is supposed to signify. It's supposed to be like, I hurt you and it makes me feel good. And that's really where things start to get kind of like gross and disgusting. But it's something I think a lot of us have fallen into in the traps. All right, I got to shut up. There's a lot of stuff I want to say, but I also really want to enjoy this. Yeah, see, it like brings him to life. Where's this going?
This is what you want. This is what you need. Wake up in the morning. Know this what I need. I'm coming back to you.
Awesome.
So I really hope that you don't mind.
I love the long shots too, man.
I know you want me to. Even
All right.
though you're not mine.
Dude, this is top notch.
Can you remember when I crossed it? Wanna sweat up in it like a mosh pit. Think a dub in it.
Wow.
Don't wanna see you do a fake. You just like it better when it's cold.
The acting, dude. You know what I love about this so far? And I'm sorry that I'm pausing so much, but there's just a lot to talk about here. And I don't want to forget by the end of the video here. I love these long shots. There's not a whole lot of edits to this. It's like one long scene, which, you know, we got to note that we got to credit the actors here, which Jackson Wang and this lady here as well. The intensity, like I don't know, the mixture between like sensuality and frustration between the two of them is just so readable in a very like dark and vivid way here. But yeah, I got to take note of just like the acting on this. Like this feels less like a music video and more like a full-on like movie production. This is pretty wild here, guys. I got to take this back here again because I want to see this long quasi fight scene kind of thing.
You got the look in your eye. Can you remember when I crossed it?
Look at this.
Like a mosh pit. Think a dub in it. Don't you stop me. Don't wanna see you do a fake. You just like it better when it's cold.
This is so intense, man. Oh man. Oh, she got him. And it brings her some kind of joy. Oh, no, he's behind her. Oh, and it just ends like that? Dude. Magic Man. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the newer album. My people have been telling me kind of about this. I know it's a bit old. It's like 4 months old now, but I'm just getting to it now, so excuse me. Yeah, wow, dude, the cinematography on this is absolutely wild. The acting is insane. It's beautiful through and through. It has like this really dark theme to it. It reminds me of like, I don't know, like an old vampire movie or something you might see. And I think, you know, the song Crule and following along with the lyrics and everything here, I think it's about like that toxic relationship. It's incredibly passionate, but not for all the right reasons. Like there's obviously some real physical attraction between these two, but there's also a different side of this relationship that's just pretty bad, man. And that's when he's trying to start one-up each other and trying to start hurting each other. And it's like a really, I don't know, it's like a bad, immature relationship that I know that I've been involved in. I know a ton of my friends have been involved in. So it's something very relatable. But yeah, man, this is another great, beautiful video from Jackson Wang. I don't know how this guy isn't 10 times bigger than he is right now. But I want to learn more about this. I want to see what went into the actual music video. So guys, hang tight. We got a little bit more to go with this video. We're going to watch the behind the scenes right now and see if we can figure out or learn about some of the intricacies of the cinematography behind this. All right, is it this one here? Here we go, the behind the scenes. It's really inventive choreography. You know, I don't think I've seen anything quite like this before.
It's
that scene was so intense.
Sort of wonderful to work with people like artists like Jack that have that have like vision. They've got like an aesthetic and like a really solid idea of what they want to do. He had little things that he'd come in and I'd riff on that. It was just I think it's always great when there's collaboration and trust. I trusted what he had to bring. He trusted what I had to bring. He's an amazing performer. He's an amazing dancer. There was a really beautiful sort of alignment of like the planets. Everything really kind of lined up beautifully.
1, 2, 3, Magic Man! A lot of the back and forth that me and Jackson had early on when we were kind of conceptualizing this music video, he sent me so many references of like the direction that he wanted to go, from really abstract modern art, contemporary type movement to like fight choreography from like Jackie Chan films. We found
oh yeah, exactly,
appropriate and created specifically for this world in which they're kind of like quick and twitchy, and the sensuality with kind of that feminine presence.
That's absolutely true. Did he just actually do a front flip? I thought that was probably something added in post, but apparently this dude can just do flips. Yeah, exactly. I think I said the same thing. It's oddly sensual. It's like a sensual fight scene. It's this weird like back and forth, man, because like one thing it's like it's sensual. And it's like, all right, it's kind of sexy and it feels kind of nice, like love, but it's not love behind this. Like there's some sort of like they almost despise each other in some kind of way. And there's some kind of like one-upping and like, I don't know. I just really enjoyed the direction of this, and knowing that Jackson has his hand kind of in almost every aspect of this, but also gives the people that are truly professionals at that thing, whether it be directing or choreography, like the creative freedom to kind of like pull his ideas to life. I think is really cool. He's a wonderful artist. She's great too. This lady's fantastic. It's just great acting.
Working in an XR volume
Bailey's sock.
So crazy, because being in the space, I can kind of use the set that's around me, and obviously having to be aware of like the floor and when, where I'm stepping in case I'm gonna twist anything. Or
speaking of the set too, I'm glad that they brought her on as well. I wanted to kind of hear from her, and we'll get to her in a second. But speaking of the set design and everything too, like this is pretty wild. Like it's not like they're just in front of a green screen and there's just crazy stuff going on behind them. Like this is like a full-on production. This set looks huge. And when you have these giant sets in these music videos, it feels like it's like more like a moving art piece, and it's less of just like a person kind of standing there in front of a screen. And it really does show. It really does show. And this set is absolutely beautiful.
Space was so crazy, because being in the space, I can kind of use the set that's around me, and obviously having to be aware of like the floor and when, where I'm stepping in case I'm gonna twist anything, or just to be aware of everything beforehand. But really watching the footage after and seeing the world that's created around, it's the most insane experience. Jackson's so inspiring. I feel very grateful to just be able to like watch and learn and try to absorb things from him. Everyone's always talking about how amazing he is and getting to experience it. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Dude, look at this guy go.
What I knew about Jackson was that, yeah, he had directed some of his own stuff. And I think when I first met him, and he was telling me a lot about, like, not only his own stuff, but I think he directs for others as well, right? He's like a creative director. So, yeah.
Oh, really?
He's not just, a musician. He's got a pretty broad range of sort of creative ability.
Dude, Jackson Wang has one hell of a career ahead of him. If he sticks with this, which I'm assuming he's going to, because it seems like Jackson Wang is the kind of guy that, like, embodies this art form in total and is just a fan of art in itself. And I just can't wait to see what this guy's got in his arsenal over the next 2, 5, 10 years, and what he's going to do for other artists as well. This is an exciting guy to have in the scene.
The beautiful thing I think about this video and what we've done together is that never any friction. It was all just like, just sort of building and building into something that, I don't know, I think could be really special. And it's beautiful, from obviously the choreography and the cinematography, but like hair, makeup, wardrobe, our talent, our dancers, right? Everything. The technology that we used to shoot all of this too was like it all worked. Everyone was just really on point and doing their thing.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure I understand that set. It seems like there was some kind of green screen in the background a little bit, but there was like, I don't know, like more like tangible like props in the front. It was moving in some kind of way. Maybe I just don't know enough about it. Didn't feel like green screen though.
Here's Bailey. We're gonna fight each other to the death.
Hi guys.
We'll see who wins.
I'm about to win.
What's really cool for me as an artist too is to see the connection between the visual of what is ending up as the result to kind of the sound of the song and the lyrics in it. What is seemingly like a really toxic relationship. You
Yeah.
know, in these lyrics, he's like, you just like it better when it's cold, and you know, this kind of love, hate, tension between the two, and creating movement that kind of brought that to life.
Wow.
And finding ways to kind of submit to one another, but also like kind of fight each other off was a fun exploration of what that could be for the music video.
Oh, 100%,
It's been
dude.
such an honor to like,
It's so
work
readable.
with the whole team, from Mr. Ving himself, Jackson, everybody. It's been so great just being surrounded by everybody, and getting to play this character has been so fun. Like from head to toe, every step of the process, just like kind of taking it from rehearsals to getting the nails done to putting all this on, and then the like first moment where I was able to kind of set into the stage and see everything around me and kind of like set myself character-wise where I wanted to be, everything kind of coming into place. It was kind of a really cool moment.
Props to Bailey too. She nailed this. Oh, that's how they did it. They pulled him. That was pretty damn cool. It's awesome to see, you know, the artistic design and the approach behind the whole thing. And just as I suspected, yeah, a lot goes into this, and it's nothing is like overseen. You know, the details really matter in a production like this. And yeah, it's awe-inspiring, and it's a lot to take in. And it's so massive, and it's such a crazy production, and visually it's just such a spectacle, and it's a lot to dissect that you almost even just forget about the song behind it. And now just kind of hearing the background too, and just being reminded of the tones and like, you know, like the bluesy type of nature to it, and Jackson Wang's voice himself, and like how it all comes together. Like at its core, this is also just a really great song as well. I love the bridge on this as well. It's dark, it's disturbing, it's creepy, but it feels real, and it feels, I don't know, like aggressively vulnerable in some ways as well. This is an art piece through and through, and Bailey did an absolute killer job as well. It's great to know that Jackson actually does have his hands kind of involved in every bit of the production. You know, from the concept to the music, you know, to the video, to everything, really. All right, so now what I want to see is I want to focus a little bit more on the choreography, because, you know, the choreography in this video specifically is different than what I've seen before. As they explained over here, it's like, you know, they're submitting, but they're still aggressive towards each other. And, you know, over the last year or so, I've learned a little bit about K-pop, you know, mostly through BTS and a few other, you know, K-pop acts as well. But what Jackson is doing here seems a little bit different on the choreography scale. You know, just it's more readable in the story that he's trying to tell than I see from some of the other crazy ones. You know, I really enjoy the synchronization of some of these groups that come together and they do this thing, and it's this wave of art in motion. Like, that's beautiful on its own. But what Jackson is doing here, just it seems like it's different than what I've seen so far. So it's very interesting to me. So I'm very curious to see how it came together and the idea behind the movements and what that is telling to the story. And the movements themselves too, like it's long. It's not a lot of cutscenes. It's not a lot of like abrasive, you know, sharp movements in ways. It's like it's oddly sensual. So let's check that out right now. This will be the last video, so bear with me. The video's almost over, guys. We're almost at the end, and then we'll do a recap of the whole thing. All right, so they're calling this Crule, the music video demo. I love the ominous tones and stuff in the back. You hear like that little bell, you know, a little music box bell mixed together with like this, like, I don't know, like almost horror flick kind of bass lines. It's modulated.
I'm coming back to you, and I hope you don't mind that I'm wasting your time.
Oh wow, okay, they're telling us the story here. Okay, I was just expecting like a dance practice. All right, what are we getting into here? Breeze fire.
And I hope you don't mind that I'm wasting your time. I know you want me to, even though you're not mine. You got that look in your eye. Come on, tell me when you're right. I will keep you up.
Love the camera work in this too, man.
Gasoline and a match. You just like it better when it's cold.
This is so inventive. love this part. Yeah, it's like Queen of the Damned, kind of, huh? I love the muted big drums.
I'm coming back to you.
Oh, I love it.
I know you want me.
She doesn't like carrots.
You got the look in your eye. Can you remember when I crossed it? Wanna sweat up in it like a mosh pit. Think a dub in it. Don't you stop me. Don't wanna see you do a fake. You just like it better when it's cold.
Wow. All right, so that's Jackson Wang, the Crule experience, the behind the scenes, the choreography, the music video. Yeah, this is a cool way to do it. I'm glad that he does all three of these things. If he does this for other songs, I'm gonna do the same suit. I'm gonna go through all of them and do it like this because it really just shows the genius behind what he's doing here. Let me pull this up here. Let's kill this over here and let's talk about it because Jackson Wang is the complete package, man. He really is. This is the complete package. I'm really excited to see what this guy does over the next couple years. I like his artistic direction. I love the darker theme here. And I love just his general appreciation for this medium and not just like the songwriting style, but like everything that is involved around it. Like this is a guy to contend with. This is a real heavy hitter over here. And if I remember correctly, Jackson Wang he's in the K-pop world, right? This is technically, I guess, considered K-pop, but he's almost a bit of an outsider because I think he's Chinese, I think. So it's kind of cool to see somebody outside of, Korea stepping into this medium and doing their own thing, especially when they're doing stuff like this. This is wild, dude. Jackson Wang needs a lot more attention. I need to focus on this guy a little bit more. I'm gonna go through his YouTube channel and I'm just gonna dissect the whole thing because this is awe-inspiring to me. I really like this guy's vibe. I like his tone, I like his style, I like his voice. I love his choreography. I love his cinematography. This is a complete and wild experience. So I'm gonna go through and see if he's got any other songs like this. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you're new around here, which you probably are, because this is my second channel, Jim Games 2. So my main channel is dangerously close to being deleted from copyright strikes. So I'm starting over here. So if you're feeling kind and you enjoyed hanging out, enjoyed a deep dive analysis on some really, really creative works, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll do some more videos. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.